Hey, welcome to my channel, and today we're doing a May book wrap up and a June TBR.
What the dog doing?
So in the month of May, I read two books. One of them I have a physical copy, the other one I don't, unfortunately, but the first book is Make You Remember by Macy Beckett. I went to Washington in April, and I went to a like recycled bookstore kind of thing, like a thrifted bookstore, and it's called Tacoma Book Center. I'll put pictures here for you to see. I think their tagline was they have 500,000 books in their store, and my friend found this one for me because I just wanted to read like a short, simple, smutty little romance book because that's just what I was in the mood for. And so she found this for me, and it was only $3, I think. And it was honestly pretty good. I rated it 3 out of 5 stars. The thing is, I went into it knowing and expecting and wanting like a simple, smutty read. And it gave me exactly that, no more, no less. If you're looking for just a simple, cute, smutty, like one-off book to read, like this is definitely a good one. It's a second chance romance. It's about these two people. One of them, his name is Bo, the male main character, and then the girl, the female main character, her name's Devin. And it's set in, I believe, New Orleans. Yeah, it's set in New Orleans, and Bo and Devin used to date in high school before Bo left to join the Marines, and then he got like hella rich or something, and now he's back in the hometown. He like wants to kind of rekindle their relationship, and since she's like super broke, like has no job, like has not a lot of money, he invites her to go and work for him on his family's cruise ship. That's why he's back in town, because he's working on this ship. Yeah, oh, it's not a cruise ship, sorry, it's a riverboat. I'm just looking at the back. But yeah, it's a riverboat. And he's like, oh, like, I remember how much you like wanted to be a teacher and how much you liked kids, so will you be like the daycare person on my family's riverboat? Which is like, first of all, I was like, I would have been like, why are you bringing up like old, like personal, like memories and stories? Like, you literally broke my heart. Like, I would be gagged. So, but Devin ends up agreeing, and then it's history. Yeah, it was pretty fun and enjoyable and super smutty. It low-key reminds me of something that like Miss Wheeler from Stranger Things would read, like one of those like short little like smutty books. Like, I don't know, like that's what vibe it was, like a Bridgerton type book, but I've never read one, and I think this was a good introduction. This makes me want to read the Bridgerton books because I've heard good things, and I have the first one, so maybe I will read that. I had to pull up the second book on my laptop, but it was Save Me by Mona Kastan, and it's book number 1 of the Maxton Hall series. If you don't know Maxton Hall, it's a German like romance show on Amazon Prime, and so I watched it and I really enjoyed it, and I found out that they were based on books. There's 3 books in the series, and so it's Save Me. Let me look. I'm looking on my Goodreads right now. It's called Save Me, book 2 is Save You, and then book 3 is Save Us. I also gave it a 3 out of 5 stars. It was really like truly a guilty pleasure read. I wouldn't say it's like highbrow literature or anything like that, but it's just a fun little read. I really like Ruby, the way she was characterized. I like James much more in the book than the show. James in the show is kind of unbearable at times. Like, sometimes I can't stand him. I feel like in the book they kind of rushed things a little bit. Like, they didn't really build up some of the side plots as much as they did in the show, which is kind of surprising because like the show, like the season is pretty short, and the book, like you would think, has more details about it. But no, I feel like they really fleshed out the side plots much better in the show. But something that I want to point out is I only cringed once. Like, it's a very much like a teeny bopper like kind of show and book, and so I was like scared I was gonna cringe while reading the book, but I only cringed once, so I count that as a win. I will say that specifically chapters 18 through 20, like those were so good. Like truly a generational run from Miss Mona Caston. Like shout out to you, girl, because those chapters ate down. Now I want to go into my June TBR. I want to just dive in and tell you about and show you all the books that I want to read this upcoming June, next month. Currently, I'm reading Steel Striker, and I also don't have that physically with me, so I'll just put a picture up. I'm rereading it. This is not my first time reading it. I read it, I think, in 2023 or somewhere along, like somewhere around then. I had like a big Marie Lu phase where I read Legend, like the Legend trilogy plus Rebel, I think was like a spin-off sequel. I can't remember now. But I read Legend, I read The Young Elites, I read Warcross, the Warcross duology. I'm pretty sure it's a duology. And then the Sky Hunter and Steel Striker. And so I'm reading that. I'm currently 69% of the way in. I'm probably gonna read that later tonight. Hopefully I can get that finished before June starts so I could like fully focus on my June books. I want to reread The Young Elite sometime soon just to like look at it with fresh eyes, like because it's been a long time since I read Marie Lu's stuff. So yeah. But now going into my June TBR, finally. My first book that I want to read is The Priory of the Orange Tree. Listen, it's Pride Month next month. Happy almost Pride Month, everyone. And I just really want to read like a queer book. And I know it isn't about like completely about romance. Like I know it's like a high fantasy and that's what it's about, but I just felt like that this was the time because I've had this for so long, and since June's coming up, I thought, what better time to read it than next month? So yeah, I tried reading this, I can't remember, I think in February, and it put me in a 2-month reading slump. Yeah, like not because it was bad or anything, but I don't know, I was just not motivated to read it or finish it, and then I didn't pick up a book after that. So but yeah, so trust that June will be the month that I get to it, I hope. And even if I don't finish it, even if I start it or make good progress on it, I'll be happy because this looks like it's gonna be a monster of a read. I have so many plans for how I'm gonna get through this and how I'm gonna stay motivated to read it. One of those being filming a YouTube video. I feel like that will keep me in check and keep me reading this. But I also want to do like, what's it called? Book tabs, like annotating my book. I don't annotate like any of my books unless they're for school, as you can see, unannotated. And so I feel like if I annotate it, that'll keep me much more motivated to finish it. Like just writing my thoughts in the margins or pausing places to film like a small snippet of my commentary on it, highlighting or underlining parts that I like, tapping parts that I like. I feel like that will keep me like motivated. Like a girl can dream, a girl can hope. The second book that I want to read this upcoming month in June is The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue. Now, I don't know a lot about this book. My friend got it for me a while ago, and all I know is that it's like a gay romance, I think. I have no idea. I assume that it's a historical fiction, but I don't know if this is a hot take, but I don't usually read like summaries or like I don't even like watching trailers for movies because I don't want to be like spoiled. I want to go into it like completely not knowing what it's about. So maybe because of this, it's making me sound silly because maybe it's not about anything that I just said and it's about something completely different because I don't know what it's about. But I'm pretty sure it's a queer historical fiction. But yeah, I am excited to read this finally. I'll be happy just to finish one of these, but if I finish 2, that's great. I think the most books I've read in a month is 4. I know so many other people like are able to read so much quicker, but that's not me. But yeah, I'll be lucky if I just finish one of these, or at least most or some of Priory. Like, that would be like an accomplishment for me. Yeah, I had so much fun filming this. I hope you had as much fun watching it. Yeah, but I'll see you next time.